Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be doing a pistol review on the KWA M93R NS2. First thing I'd like to point out is this giant sticker on the front of the box that says designed for 25 gram or heavier BBs. Automatically, I'm going to recommend to you guys that you only use 25 gram or heavier BBs because I believe anything lower will have a negative effect on your internals. Now let's open up this box and see what we get. Now I would like to quickly point out that I have opened up this box before and regrettably I have misplaced the user's manual and KWA lifetime warranty. However, fret not, because when you do order your M93R, you will get your lifetime warranty and user's manual. But for the purposes of the review, we will not be needing it. So when you open up the box, you get your M93R, you get your 28 round high capacity magazine that can be run on green gas, red gas, or propane. Also, you get your little sample pack of what I assume to be 25 gram BBs, because it would be pretty ignorant of them to say that this thing will not run on anything lower than 25 and then go ahead and put 20 gram BBs in the box. So, and you get your hop-up adjustment tool. Now the first thing I'd like to talk about are the parts. First off, you have your magazine, which is made out of metal. Put that over here. Now, to get a better understanding of what property the parts are made out of, I'm now going to disassemble the M93R. To do so, see this little button right here? Press the button and hold it down. Now I'll go to this side, and you'll see this little lever. Pull it downward. Once it's pulled downward, release the button on the bottom. Next, pull your slide off the lower receiver. Now once the slide's off, you can do that. Take the spring off, little pin, and you can also take off the barrel from the slide. Now that we have our major components of the handgun, let's break each one down. The top slide is made out of, I believe to be aluminum, because it's very lightweight, but I'm not mistaken, it is made out of some type of metal. The barrel housing, I'm not too big of a fan of because it is encased in a type of plastic, and it doesn't feel, to be honest with you, all that high quality, and I'd feel a lot better if it was made out of some type of metal, but regrettably it's not. Not too big of a problem, but it does annoy me a little bit. Next is this. This is your pin that holds the slide, and this is pushes the slide onto the lower receiver and holds it there. Pin's made out of metal, and the spring obviously made out of metal. And your lower receiver has many parts, so we'll break each one down. Your overall frame is made out of steel. Trigger's made out of steel. Trigger guard's made out of steel. Your spike foregrip is also made out of steel. However, this little piece right here, the little lever, made out of plastic. However, everything else feels like it is made out of metal. Oh wait, excuse me. The safety is made out of plastic, and actually this doesn't feel like it's a too high quality plastic either. It doesn't feel like it's a very high quality plastic either. But again, not too big of an issue. Also, the pistol grip is made out of plastic, but this plastic is a lot better than this type of plastic. It's a lot higher. It feels like it's a lot higher quality. You can tap it. It feels very sturdy, not hollow or anything like that. So that's a very good type of plastic. And that will conclude the properties of the parts. So now I'd like to talk about the features of the KWA M93R. First thing I'd like to point out is the logo, KWA logo on the side, and it says M93R. Also it says caliber 6mm. Just for added realism, I guess. Also, I'd like to point out one quick thing. This used to be a little orange tip right there. Not too obnoxious, which I really thank KWA for. I understand that they are required to put orange tips on, I'm assuming, all of their guns, but it's not too obnoxious, and it's just a little orange tip, so. However, it irked me a little bit, so I just used the little known thing as Sharpie to cover it up. So, now let's actually get into the actual parts. Well, features, I apologize. One of the first things that grabs my eye would have to be the foregrip, or I like to call it the spike foregrip because it looks like a spike. It's actually very well designed because if it's like halfway, it's under spring tension in here. So it won't just like dangle around, and it's held there very nicely, and it'll click into place solidly in both positions, both retracted and extended. So very nice. Also, I'd like to mention that it has a slide lock. Please note that the slide lock will only engage if the magazine is in the handgun. Otherwise, it'll just keep cycling. Also, what I really like about this, it has 3 firing modes. It has 3-round burst at the very bottom, flip it all the way to the top, semi-automatic, and right between the middle is, can you guess, fully automatic, which I have to admit is my favorite firing mode. And I mean, if you don't like fully automatic pistols, you have a problem with you, I'm sorry. But call me an ammo waster, but I do like my pistols with fully automatic features. But anyway, that's not the point. One irk I have about the features on this would have to be the safety. It can only be engaged when the hammer is cocked back. Why they didn't, like if you try to push it down when the hammer's not engaged, it won't go down all the way, and I would not like to force it because, like I said when I was talking about the parts, this is made out of plastic, and if I'm afraid if I force it too hard, I might break something. So just engage the hammer, and then it goes down, and it locks into place. It doesn't stop the trigger function, it just stops the firing. Also, it has 1 mag release on the side, right here. I think I forgot to point this out in the beginning of the features. This, I'd have to say this is a right-handies gun only, lefties beware. There's absolutely nothing on the other side for left-handed shooters. So, you're left-handed. Also, being an M9, it has a little tongue right there, so it's going to be a little annoying to get your thumb over that to access the features on the other side. So, yeah, I definitely would say that this is a righties gun. But I'd have to say that will conclude the overall features for the M93R. I will now be testing the FPS of the KWA M93R with 25 gram BBs. And please note, I will be using green gas. So it looks like we're averaging 320 FPS. So now we're going to be testing the accuracy of the KWA M93R. To do this, we're going to be firing 12 rounds on each mode. We're going to be pulling the trigger 12 times on semi-automatic, 4 times on 3-round burst to get a grand total of 12 shots, and for full automatic, I'm going to fill the magazine with 12 rounds so there is no discussion on how many rounds I fired. So, with that said, let's get started. I'll shoot a spike too. So now we're going to discuss the results of the accuracy test. Before we begin, I would like to tell you guys that this test was conducted from 30 feet away, so all tests are going to be at a 30-foot range. Let's start with semi-automatic. As you can see, I hit all 12 rounds in the magazine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 rounds. Now, I'd like to count these two out here as just rogue BBs or a hop-up error because I was aiming for 10 the entire time. And really what we're looking for here is grouping, not so much as the fact that I can hit the 10, but I'd like to quickly point out that precision marksmanship right there, right in the dead middle of the paper. Look, if you go that way and that way, you can see that's almost right in the middle. But as you can see, we have about, let's go from this one to this one over here, and that's about 4 to 5 inches, 4.5 inches of horizontal travel. Now, let's discuss 3-round burst. Now, 3-round burst obviously is not as good as semi-automatic, but I did manage to hit the paper, I believe, 10 times. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 out of 12 isn't too bad, but if you will notice, when I do 3-round burst, it's not just take one shot, recover, point it back at the 10, take one shot, recover, point it back at the 10, also precision marksmanship right in the middle of the paper again, right on the 10, but that's not important. So, as you can see, with the 3-round burst, I'm trying to find a pattern here. I guess you can see 1, 2, 3, so you can see 1, 2, and 3 right there. So, first shot, second shot, third shot. I would draw 2s and 3s for you, but it's going to be pretty ugly considering I'm showing you this upside down. Or maybe it could have been like this way, but as you can see, every time I aim for the 10, the BBs all collected one above each other. So every time I shot, it goes 1, 2, 3, so this has potential to that, to that. But never, you don't see that the BBs are going down in that general direction. They always go up after the first shot. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then like 1, 2, 3 for laughs. But there's not 3 shots there, so one round did miss, so maybe it's going to be like 1, 2, then the third one missed up there, and this is like 1, 2, 3. But something like that. But anyways, you can see all the rounds kind of raised in a generally consistent pattern, but that's about it for 3-round burst. Now let's talk about fully automatic. As you can see, I hit all 12 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, fully automatic, I was aiming 10, but I was aiming for the 10 in the middle, and look, I did get 3 shots in the 10 box, so that's still pretty good. But as you can see, every time I aimed for the 10, the bullets, or BBs, traveled up to the left. So, as you can see, I'm going to guess this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or something along those lines, because as I was shooting, the barrel kept recoiling up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you know, the BBs gradually go up because obviously the recoil of the gun. But I'm going to have to say that will conclude the accuracy test of the KWA M93R.